Hello, today we are going to be looking at an overview of ClearCalcs on concrete column design. So let's add a rectangular column here. So we are designing to AS 3600 2018 at amendment number 2, and here's a list of assumptions to this calculator. We have the key properties at the left-hand side. We can enter our geometry properties like breadth, depth of our column, and we can see our cross-section in this diagram down here. Then we can enter the total height of our column and the concrete type that we are using. The restrained conditions here considers what type of connections at our column base, like pinned, fixed, and whether it's braced or not. Then we can see our section geometry, and we can go into and put in our reinforcement geometry. So we can define our reinforcement type here. Currently, we have two N24, each at the top and at the bottom. In order to add reinforcement bars, we can add bars to either direction here. For example, let's say we add 1 to the top and bottom and add 2 to the left and right. Then we can see we have a total of 10 reinforcement bars on the section of our column. And then let's set our concrete cover to the fitments. So depending on where our column is located, for example, if our column is located exterior and exposed to like high humidity, we can set a thicker concrete cover upon to our code. But by default, we have a 60 millimeter cover. Then our depth to the X and Y axis are calculated here automatically, as well as the total reinforcement area. Then let's define our fitments. They are what confine our rebars to ensure they don't spread out. Similarly, we choose the type, the vertical spacing, and numbers of fitment legs. And we have the minimum fitment size, the maximum of the spacing, and the minimum number of the legs here from the code. And we can see the area of our fitments is also automatically calculated. Once we have set our section geometry, we can go and see the loads. As all calculators in ClearCalcs, we can design an unlimited number of loads at the various locations of our column. The load applied to our column here are typical loads like axial and moment loads. We can also apply moment by setting the eccentricities. Similarly, we can apply loads in the y-axis. One thing to note is that even we don't have a y-axis load, if we scroll up here, ClearCalcs still checks the y-axis by the actual interaction as well as the moment capacity. So let's go back here. We can choose whether we include our self-weight and define the character of imposed load. With scrolling down, we can open up all the sections by clicking on their label to see our intermediate values for our calculation. We can check our members' properties here. And this is the load case analysis ClearCalcs used per AS 1170.0. All the combinations in the code are listed here for investigation. And we can see the neutral axis locations for pure bending and for combined of axial load and moment. We can investigate shear capacity failure points and tension as well. Once we have designed our column, we scroll up to see the summary, and we can see our ultimate demands and the capacities of our column, as well as the utilization of the capacities as our traffic light system indicates. Also, we can see the governing interaction diagram at X and Y direction to indicate where our design goes in. Thank you for watching. Remember, you have our whole team of ClearCalcs here for help.